like I was saying, I'm sorry that my timer went off there. I got a 29-minute high definition time limit. But like I said, from the second season, all I got was No Brainer. Well, not No Brainer. I got Sonic Conversion, No Brainer, Blast of the Past 1, Blast of the Past 2. What else? I know after Blast of the Past 2, I got Fed Up with Antoine / Ghostbusted, the first of two 11-minute shorts, 2 episodes dedicated that had two 11-minute shorts added to them for some odd reason, but I'll get into that in a second. And then after that, I got the episode Dulcie, and then The Void, and that was it. That's right. I only got, like I said, Sonic Conversion, No Brainer, Blast of the Past 1, Blast of the Past 2, Fed Up with Antron Ghostbusted, Dulcie, and The Void. I only got 7 out of the 13 episodes for that year, for that season. And here's why. My VCR, the VCR me and my dad bought, died out. The recording option died out on it. It played DVD, it played VHSs and all that, but it just died out. It would not record anymore, and I was pissed. I'll tell you this honestly, I was pissed because because even though the following episode was going to be another 2 cartoon episodes with Odd Couple and Rebecca, I was pissed, man. I was just totally pissed off. So I had to wait for a while. I was satisfied with what I had. It's just I had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until finally I got in contact with someone through the Acorn Cafe, which is a Chippendale Rescue Ranger website, fan site and message board, and they mailed me a VHS copy of the episodes that I was missing. So I thanked them for that, and I think I left that VHS out in Kansas. And then later on, I met another fan online called Rafaela XD, Rachel Avery, and she sold me, because I helped her out a little bit, I think, but she sold me, I think for a decent price, very, very affordable price, because like I said, I think I helped her out with something. She sold me VCD copies of both seasons. Basically, they were seasons that she recorded on VHS off ABC, and she decided to give them to me. Well, she didn't give me the original, she gave me copies, because that's how she kind of made money at the time as well on the side. But she decided to give me those copies. She decided to make me copies. You kind of get the idea. And I basically bought copies of both seasons on VCD, which explains when you look here on YouTube why I have, why I sell on my fan vids or SatAM fan vids. And you kind of get the idea of where I got the footage. But yeah, basically I helped her out, and she helped me out by giving me or letting me buy at a very affordable price both seasons of SatAM on VCD. And I still thank her for that. So that tided me over, because what I did in 1993, hold on for a second, let me check the phone there. I'll be right back, folks. Sorry about that, folks. My mom calls in about this time every day when she's at work to check up on things. So I apologize. But like I said, that tided me over for a little bit. Basically, the VCDs tided me over, and what I did in 2003, basically when I first got my first DVD recorder, which was an Apex recorder, I transferred individually every episode. I recorded every episode onto two different DVDs and put them into two different cases with different covers. Now, I have them, but they're buried right now under some games and VHSs in my dresser drawer, in one of my dressers, storage dressers, if you will. But I think you've seen them before. If not, let's just say they're kind of like if you were recording the series off of regular television with a DVD recorder. Let's just put it that way. Or if you were transferring your VHS copy of both seasons of the show to DVD. Let's just put it that way. So that held me over. And then, in 2004, word was going around that there was going to be a SatAM release. And there was. Right here. Super Sonic. And this consisted of 5 episodes. That's right, it consisted of 5 episodes, and it was being released by Liongate's Home Entertainment and Trimark Home Video. Basically, the episodes we had were, of course, Super Sonic. We had Sonic and Sally. We had Sonic Racer. And I think we had Sonic Boom, I believe. That's what we had. We had Super Sonic, Sonic and Sally, Sonic Racer, and Sonic Boom. But what was surprising about this, and I looked this up online because somebody mentioned it, what was surprising is we had an additional episode. One of the things they did was they had some kind of a trivia game. That's right, a trivia game with Inspector Gadget. Now, it wasn't a trivia game about Inspector Gadget, the show, the character. It was a trivia game, of course, about Sonic SatAM. And if you passed this trivia game, and if you got all the answers right, you got treated to a bonus episode. That's right, a bonus episode of Sonic SatAM. So basically, you get 5 episodes. The bonus, which is like an Easter egg, was Sonic and the Secret Scrolls. And that surprised me, and it surprised a lot of people when they first discovered it. They couldn't believe it. I mean, think about it. You're playing the game. You're playing this trivia game thinking, it's just for fun, little bonus feature, no big deal, pass the time, whatever. Kind of show that, hey, I know about the characters, I know about the show, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, after you're done playing, you click on, okay, well, what you click on the little prize they say you've won, and you find out the prize is a bonus episode. And it's Sonic and the Secret Scrolls. Go figure. But yeah, this came out, and this sold for, I think, originally about $10. Actually, I think $13, and then went down a little bit to about $8. Unfortunately, it didn't have much of a shelf life because Disney, or Buena Vista Entertainment, had Lionsgate and Trimark pull it from the shelves because Lionsgate and Trimark did not really have official permission to release those episodes onto DVD. Dick Entertainment, of course, owned by Disney at the time, did not get Disney's permission to do that, so this DVD ended up getting pulled, unfortunately. And it would be a while after that before we would get another DVD in that sense. It would be a while. But we wouldn't have to wait. We wouldn't have to wait too long. For someone like me and other people like Rachel, we had the episodes on DVD or VCD or whatever, and that kept us of the entire series. So that kept us good. That kept us, so that kept us busy. That was good enough for us at the time. That kept us well. And then the announcement in 2006, at the end of 2006, by Brian Ward of Shout Factory, the announcement that we had all been waiting for was finally revealed. The announcement that the series itself was coming to DVD as a complete box set. It's a 4-disc set. The complete series on 4 different discs was officially going to be released. And this was basically and this announcement came about 2.5 years, or basically 2.5 years after the Lion Gates release of Sonic. And this was basically a couple of years, basically about 2 years after Dick finally, and this was a little, I think, not a little after, but very much after, probably about almost a year after Dick Entertainment and Disney parted ways, that this announcement was made. And what was even better about this was Brian Ward said, hey, because Brian Ward, he got in contact with Allison over at Fans United for SatAM, and basically because he saw that the fan base was so dedicated to this, and he also got in contact with Ben Hurst and Jaleel White and found out through Ben Hurst that the fans were dedicated about this show. Oh, and like I said, it was through Alyssa and Ben Hurst and a few other sources that he decided he was going to let the fans incorporate their artwork, their fan work into the DVDs themselves, into the creation of the box set, into the creation of the 2 cases containing the 2 discs. You know, he basically let the fans create the covers and the disc covers, the case covers and the disc covers, if you will, for the DVDs. The DVDs, of course, got their covers, as you could see. And of course, in the background, you had other fans put this stuff. Basically, as they say, it was a DVD set for the fans, by the fans. Basically, the fan base had made this happen, which they did. And I was really happy about this. And what was ironic was at the time that this was announced, I had just started working at Walmart. I was just starting to work at Walmart. And I remember it was on my old YouTube channel. I wish I still had video of it somewhere. But I remember on my old YouTube channel, it was the night I was working. And because I have SSI, because I have the Social Security, SSI and SSDI, basically because I had SSDI at the time, SSDI I should say, I could only work a certain amount of hours. So I worked from basically 4 to 10 at that time. I think it was 4 to 10, it was something. I can't really remember. Yeah, it was basically 4 to 10. And I remember doing those 6 hours. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, basically about 6 hours. I remember doing them, and I remember I had to kill 2 hours. Because our store was a 24-hour store. I had to kill 2 hours. So what I did is I walked around. I walked around town. I went across the street, got some McDonald's, and I just sat behind the big Lawrence sign that was right in the corner front of where the plaza was, where our store was. And I just remember just sitting there, waiting, passing the time and everything. And then finally, we get close to midnight. I get up. I go into the store. Midnight shows up. I'm not the only customer there, if you will, even though I'm an employee. Even though I was an employee, I wasn't the only customer there waiting for a midnight release. Then finally midnight comes. They wheel out all the box sets. They wheel them all out. They start bringing out the boxes of all the DVDs and CDs and stuff, games and all that. And I remember specifically what box had SatAM. Because here's why. One of the advantages that I had as an unloader was I could go into one section, was because depending on the sections we were working in the back, we could go into one section and see possibly what the electronics people had ready for release in the next few weeks or in the next few days. So I remember just walking over to one of the areas because, you know, we had some time to kill and I think we were on break or something. We were just getting back from break. And I remember looking down at one of the boxes and someone told me just to look down. So I looked down and right there in a box, I looked in there, was a bunch of these. Yeah, it was a whole box of that show, a whole box of Sonic SatAM. So I knew what I had to do. I planned it out. I said, you know what? Come midnight, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it at midnight release. And I did. I remember I did a video for it saying that I finally got it. Heck, I even took a picture of it when it was still in the box back in the back room area, in the unloading area. I even took a picture of where it was going to be displayed at for sale. So, I ended up finally getting it. But I didn't just get one copy. No, I got several. I got several copies. For Rachel Avery, for which she, I think Rachel or Jay, I can't really remember who, one of the two, I think it may have been Rachel. As a thank you to her, and I think it was Rachel, no, wait a minute, not Rachel. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Rachel or Jay Foxfire. It was one of the two. As a thank you, I decided to buy and send them a copy of Sonic SatAM. And I did. And then for my cousin, who's 2 years older than me, I bought him a copy, sent him one for Christmas, or for a late birthday present or something like that. And then for my nephew, for a birthday present for him, I sent him a copy. My now 18-year-old nephew, I sent him a copy. And as far as I was concerned, I wasn't going to miss out on anything. I mean, here's what I did, ladies and gentlemen. I bought a copy in the store on midnight release. I went back about a week or so later, it was still there, bought another copy, did a self-checkout on that one, went to self-checkout on that one, I should say, and then through Hastings had a copy, through Amazon got a copy, and I think maybe even through Best Buy or something got a copy. I can't remember. But I had several copies. And like I said, 3 of them I sent out. 1 I got to watch, and 1, this one right here, I got this one. I believe this one was from Hastings, and it is yet to be opened. This is how, basically, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, this is how they were packaged in the stores. Yeah. This is how they were packaged in the stores. But yeah, that's how they were packaged. That's how they looked. And just think about it. That's how they looked when I looked down the box. That's how they looked. But, you know, even before all that, to sustain me, if you will, I can't remember the store, but it was through a Canadian store that I was able to get all 3 of these. Supersonic, Hooked on Sonic, and Sonic Racer. I was able to get those 3. I got those 3 through a Canadian store, I think through Amazon's Canadian department or whatever. I got those 3. And I knew about them because the summer I was back in Kansas, me and my dad went to a Target in Topeka, Kansas. And I saw at that Target, I think it was this VHS cassette on sale. This one right here. And I didn't have the money at the time, but I so wanted to get it, but it couldn't. And that's when I decided, you know what, if we're gonna have a VCR, I'm going to record the series. And I did. I think that was before, or maybe it was after. I can't really remember, but I do remember seeing that in a Target. So anyway, that sustained me. So anyway, I got those, and then along with the VCDs and everything, it really sustained me these VHSs as well as the VCDs that I can put onto DVD, sustained me until the official release came out. And just like anybody, I was the first to pick it up. And then of course, being a creative person that I am and sort of looking at the littlest details, I came to realize as a fan of 20 years, a fan, that the final 4 episodes of SatAM, the final 4 episodes will piece together like a movie almost. That if you I realized that if you edited them together and pieced them together, they were like a movie. Now there were several attempts by me to try to make a good edited version to where you would just see the intro, the Doomsday Project title card, and that's it. And the first time I did it was okay, not really, because it did say Doomsday Project, but then all of a sudden it kind of went into Cry of the Wolf, you almost saw the Cry of the Wolf intro. So, it was alright, it was sustainable. It wasn't really good. But it was watchable. It was, like I said, it was tolerable, it was watchable. I even attempted to do a version of it where I had The Touch by Stan Bush, well, not The Touch, but Live and Learn by Crush 40, playing in the background at the end, at the climax ending of Doomsday Project. To say it was less than good, or less than better, is an understatement. But I tried, and like I said, the first attempt at it was tolerable. It was watchable. Then, when the series came out to DVD, I decided to use my ILO recorder because, yes, I went from Apex to ILO. And very carefully, I think it was when I first came here, very carefully, I edited them all together. And when you look at it, you can ask Zara Nizrak this, you can ask anybody I've sent a copy of this to. They look like a seamless movie. Like there's nothing interrupting it. There's no other title cards showing up. It looks like it just flows right into the next section or something like that. It looks really good. It looks really good. But, yeah, I did that. My second attempt at it was, like I said, the third, as they say, third time's a charm. The third attempt of it, this time with the help of the official DVDs themselves, I was able to do this. I added the movie part. This is actually I used another DVD DVD cover maker, another DVD cover maker, if you will, or case cover maker, another DVD case program where you can make your own cases and all that, or make your own covers, if you will. And I was able to add movie under the Doomsday Project deal because this is the cover to an End Circle release. And then on the back, I just took what was from Wikipedia and then pieced that all together. And then on the inside, of course, boom. Yeah, my spelling was a little off too. I kind of, as you could probably see, the spelling was a little off. But hey, we can't all be perfect, right? But yeah, that cover is basically edited into there. That front part is edited off of was downloaded. That's the front cover to an End Circle Entertainment release. Yeah, End Circle Entertainment, just to let you know, took over the rights. Yeah, they took over the rights, and hopefully they'll re-release the series again. Who knows? But yeah, that was basically how I finally was able to make a decent copy of Doomsday Project movie, which consists, as far as I'm concerned, of the final 4 episodes: Cry of the Wolf, Druid Hedge, Spy Hog, and Doomsday. And then through DVD Fab and End Circle, well, not, no, yeah, through DVD Fab, I was able to I was able to fab off, because I put this on a variety disc along with some other movies. I was able to fab together. Originally, I edited this, at least attempted to edit this together as one movie, but basically, I finally put it on its own disc, and that's and that is the Blast of the Past miniseries, which I believe could have really done well as the first 2 episodes of season 2. But hey, I'm not the one in charge. And then, of course, I got another one, which of course is called Doomsday Project. And it does consist of the Doomsday Project episode of trying to think, a Spy Hog. It consists of that one, but it also has Game Guy on there and Druid Hedge. It doesn't have Cry of the Wolf. I don't know why. And then another one. I don't think I got this one yet. If I do, I have to look. It's Fight for Freedom. That's another release of theirs. They have several individual releases of the shows containing a variety of episodes from season 1 and mixing in sometimes episodes of season 1 and season 2. Overall, the show for 20 years has really stood this test of time. There's no doubt about that. I mean, one of the first things I did when, this past year, me and my mom finally got our HD TV, and we finally also got an HDMI cable to go with our DVD player. One of the first things I wanted to do, one of the first things I wanted to see on there was this show. And when you want, I'll try to provide maybe a link down below in the descriptions so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But the pictures look crisp and clear. In fact, one person commented that it looks like the show just came out this century, if not just this past year. That's how good it looks on the HD TV. And if you don't believe me, go past a Sega store in Las Vegas. It's something called GameWorks. And according to one person at the Saturday morning Sonic forums, because they were there one time on business, they walk past GameWorks, they look up, and they see this big television, a lot bigger than the one we have, and it was playing Sonic SatAM on there. What does that tell you? Huh? What does that tell you? It tells you a lot. And even through that picture, when you're walking by, you can see how clear and crisp it looks on an HD TV. That's the thing I'm trying to say here. The animation is that good in the show. Really good. Really good. It's tremendous. And then, of course, N-Circle, like I said, has released, like I said, of the Sonic SatAM show and stuff. And I'll be right back.